Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited about doing this class. Uh, this is my first class, my first time doing videos, so hopefully all goes well. But I'm so glad that everybody has decided to jump on and uh, join me today. Hopefully it will be fun and provide you with a lot of information and help you get started in your journey to taking some of the chemicals out of your house. So let's start with my story. As most of you know, I do have a little bit of a hippie-ish side that my family likes to call it. And so I've always kind of been interested in the earth and nature and kind of being able to use that to address health and wellness. And then about, gosh, I don't know, 6 years ago now, Sean and I started down the whole self-sustainability thing. We wanted to know where our food was coming from as much as possible. So we had the chickens and the ducks, turkeys, pigs, garden, all of that, which was super awesome. So it was along this time that I had started looking into oils as well and kind of how I could use those to support all of that. So I had actually reached out to Lauren about 2 years ago, looking into Young Living and maybe getting started then. But then our whole world changed, right? We moved to Durham. Things were just chaotic and crazy, and it didn't happen. So last year, our life was super stressful, and it was just hard. So this year, I ended up starting a new job. I was going to have a new room, a new school, and so it really got me thinking about the oils again, to be able to use them for Sean and I in our life, and then also to use in my office with my kids. So I decided to jump in with both feet. I contacted Lauren again. I got started with my premium starter kit, which we'll talk about in this class, and haven't looked back. That was like 3 months ago, and it has been amazing ever since. And since starting it, I've started to look into even more of all the other chemicals that these oils can help take out of our lives. So, um, you know, things like dish soap, and we had already been talking about, we didn't use pesticides and stuff when we had the garden, so weed killers and things like that. How do you do things to cut the chemicals out of your life? So I've really become more aware of how many of those kind of you put into yourself maybe since getting started. And then, of course, just kind of investigating and learning has just really kind of opened my eyes. So that's kind of where I'm at now. I love the oils. I love what they can do. And now I'm starting my journey into kind of trying to take the rest of the chemicals out. So with that, I've got my little cheat sheet over here just to make sure I get all the information out. So I want to talk about those chemicals a little bit. There are so many. The average woman applies 300 chemicals a day to her body through soaps, makeup, shampoo, hair care products, everything that we use to doll ourselves up with, right? That are supposed to help us and make us feel better, but we're actually loaded up with chemicals. About 80 of those products that we apply all happen before breakfast as we're getting ready for work. That's a lot. That's just a lot of chemicals. Health and safety data say that only about 15% of all chemicals are known to be what causes allergies. They're affecting our hormones. They're affecting asthma. They're, carcinogens that are leading to cancer. All these things are coming up, that all these chemicals are just not healthy for us. And the United States is kind of behind the curve, right? There are 1,000 chemicals that are banned in other countries but are allowed in the United States. It's crazy. So it's really up to us to pay attention and to start changing and eliminating things as we can. So what we're going to talk about today is a way to get started with that. So it's just going to be super simple, basics, right? So we're going to talk about what the oils are. We're going to talk about oil purity and why that's so important. We're going to also talk about some safety things and using the oils. We're going to talk about how you can use all the oils. We're going to go through the starter kit, go through all those oils and how they can support your family's health and wellness. And then also kind of touch on how you can use some of these oils and stuff to get the chemicals out of your house. So I'm really, really excited, and I hope this goes really, really well. So now that you've kind of sat and listened to my story, if you'll comment below, just say, hey, how are you? So I know who all is here. That would be great, and we'll get started.